Of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, hopefully the little head cold that I've been bruising with the last few days has kind of subsided, and at least I can talk for the next hour or so. And so we come back, and we'll have a game for you tomorrow. The makeup for last night's rainout in Washington will be tomorrow, the Saturday game of the week, between the Tigers and the Senators. So today, instead, you get Cleveland and New York, which is what you would have gotten if I had done last night's game when I was supposed to. So with all that, the Yankees are a half game out of first place. Cleveland is 28-26. They got 100 games left after this, or 100 games left to go after, starting with today. The Yankees have played 56. They have 98 left, including today. The Yankees are going with Eddie Lopez. He is looking for his 8th win of the year. Bob Lemon is on the hill for Cleveland. He can just about do everything. So the Yankees 34-22, the Indians 28-26 on a windy, rainy, warm day in the Bronx. You ready? I am. Let's do it. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1949. Today, from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, it is the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Indians. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. That's the button I'm supposed to hit. I'm supposed to hit that. No, I don't care about carrot browsing. Carrots are good with coleslaw. That's about it. Eddie Lopez on the hill for the Yankees. He is 7-2 on the year with a 3.61 ERA. He is 31 years old. The fastball tops out at 84, and he's a fly ball pitcher. His last start was 5 days ago against these Indians in Cleveland. He did get the win, going 9 innings, 10 hits, allowing 4 runs all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. So overall, over 82 1/3 innings, he's allowed 95 hits, 36 runs, 33 hits, 30 walks, and 33 strikeouts. Mr. Berglund, how are you? And Mr. Tribe Fan, how are you? I'm doing okay. I really hadn't talked that much until now. So we will see. Here's how the Indians line up. Dale Mitchell is in left field. He'll lead off. Roy Boone is at short. He'll bat second. You know his son Bob and his grandson Aaron and Brett. Ken Keltner is at third. He'll bat third. Larry Doby cleans up in center field. Joe Gordon at second will bat fifth. Lou Boudreau at first base, so rare that he plays first, will bat sixth. Kennedy in right will go seventh. Hagan behind the plate will bat eighth. And Bob Lemon, who should throw about 140 pitches, will bat ninth and is on the mound. Defensively for the Yankees, Mr. Gene Woodling is a 3 and a 3 in left. Clint Mapes is a 3 and a 6 in center. They must get DiMaggio back pretty soon. Tommy Henrik is a 3 and a 5 in right. Dr. Bobby Brown is a 4 at third. The Scooter, Phil Rizzuto, a 10 at short. Jerry Coleman, hang a star on that one, is a 4 at second. And Krohosky is a 4 at first. Scalp those white men. Oh, you got me to say that out loud. That's not very nice. Mr. Berra, Yogi, is a 10 and a 10 behind the plate, and Lopez is an 8 on the mound with a 961 fielding percentage. So Mitchell digs in on a rainy, windy night here in New York, June 17th, 1949. So 74 degrees, and the wind blowing right to left at about 20 miles an hour. Mitchell at 255, a homer, and 18 RBI. Lopez deals, and it's a ground ball right back to Eddie over to first, and that's how this one starts. One away. My wife is making a smoothie for herself. You can hear the ninja blender in the background. Ray Boone at 254, a homer and 8 RBI. Sunny in early 40s wherever you are, my friend. It's 34 along Lake Champlain today. Yeah, I had nachos. Yeah, we both love it. It's a Ninja Pro Plus you want at work. Pitch to Boone is a line drive to Coleman for the second out, 2 away. Here's Ken Keltner at 221, 4 homers and 16 RBI. Lopez deals in the left center. Back goes Mapes. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played half an inning here in New York, no score. So Bob Lemon, making his 11th start of the year, 28 years old. He's a fastball pitcher and a fly ball pitcher at 87. He last pitched 5 days ago against the Yankees. 6 innings in a loss, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. In 79 innings so far, he's allowed 55 hits, 22 runs, all earned. He's walked 36 and struck out 37. 36 and partly cloudy in Cleveland. Brad's going to get one of those industrial icy slurpy slushy machines and install it in your office when you retire. Your dentist will love you. How you doing, Forrest? I would use him as a pinch hitter, but remember, we just do kind of a game of the week or game of the day type thing, so he's listed. Here's a lineup. You'll have all dentures by that age anyway. Here's a lineup he'll face. The Scooter, Phil Rizzuto at short will lead off. Krahosky will bat second at first. Gene Woodling in left will bat third. Casey loves his lefties, my goodness, 2 through 7. Tommy Henrik in right will clean up. Larry Berra behind the plate will bat fifth. Dr. Brown is at third. He'll bat sixth. Clint Mapes is in center field. He'll go seventh. Jerry Coleman at second bats eighth. And Eddie Lopez, who threw 10 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. Yeah, that's a pretty platoon lineup. So Phil at 300. 3 homers and 33 RBI. Defensively for the Indians, Mitchell is 6 and a 4 in left. Doby a 10 and a 5 in center. Kennedy a 4 and a 9 in right. Keltner a 4 at third. Boone an 8 at short. Gordon a 5 at second. Boudreaux a 2 at first. He's not very good there. Hegan a 7 and a 7 behind the plate, and Lemon is an 8 on the mound with a 963 fielding percentage. Pitch to Rizzuto is a ground ball base hit left side. Boone got a late jump and couldn't get there, and the Yankees had the first hit of the ball game. Dick Krahosky at 303, a homer and 17 RBI. Yankees a half game behind the Senators at the start of play today. Throw to first, Phil back. Down to Krahosky, and there's a fly ball left center. Doby has it for the out. And Rizzuto bluffs going to second. But holds. So 1 out for Woodling. 300, no homers, and 16 RBI. There's a ground ball to short. Boone almost on the grass. Only play is to first, and Woodling beat it out. A slow bounder on the wet grass, and the Yankees have runners on first and second and 1 out for Mr. Henrik. Tommy at 307, 19 homers and 60 RBI. Hadn't sneezed all day until then. Get the cobwebs out. Lemon deals. Ball 4. First walk, and they're loaded. Lemon walked 137 on the real year and struck out 138. Looks like an assassin in that picture, doesn't he? Here's Yogi, 253, 6 homers and 24 RBI. He's got a chance to drive in a couple home right here. In the right center field. Back goes Kennedy. He's going to drive in 4. A grand slam for Yogi Berra, and it's 4-0 New York. His 7th home run of the year. Well into the bleachers in right center. Boo, you hear some boo birds there. Stengel's man indeed. Yogi got all of that one. And that'll bring up Bobby Brown. Bobby at 297, a homer and 14 RBI. What is Bobby Brown a doctor of? That's a serious question. I know he's a doctor. PhD, a medical doctor, or what? Ground ball to short. Boone for the out. Both of our resident Indian fans are watching. I'd like to say it's over, Todd B says, but it's the Indians. Hip-hop? Yeah. A lot of hip-hop there, Brad, 1949. Here's Cliff Mapes. He's at 253, a homer and 13 RBI. Lemon delivers, and it's a pop-up. Gordon will get it, and that will retire the side. But the Yankees get 4 on the grand slam by Yogi. We've played 1, 4-0 New York. So Doby, Gordon, and Boudreaux to face Lopez. Larry at 267, 5 homers, and 23 RBI. Now, the younger Bobby Brown, the one that married Whitney Houston, was a doctor in soul. Nat Brown was a physician. Okay, so a medical doctor. Pitch to Doby is into center field. Mapes will go back 1 out. Brings up Joe Gordon, 238, 8 homers, and 30 RBI. And the wife gives me back the phone. Groceries are in. Throws it at me, hits me in the head. I'll be awake after that concussion. Thank you, darling. She's laughing at me. Pitch to Gordon is a long drive to left. Woodling, however, will track that down in the corner for the out. So 2 away for Boudreaux. Lou at 311. No homers, 24 RBIs, and an audition coming up for WGN television. Dr. Bobby Brown, the third baseman, was cardiologist until 1974. And yes, the other Bobby Brown was the Doctor of Destruction. Boudreaux hits a liner in the left. Woodling will dive and can't make the play. So that's a single. First hit for the Tribe. And that brings up Bob Kennedy. Bob at 234, a homer and 11 RBI. Yep, Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreaux on WGN Radio. Pitch to Kennedy is popped up left side. Rizzuto and Brown discuss it, and Brown will take it. Don't be cruel. No runs, a hit, and no errors. You can say Tribe in here, sure. After an inning and a half, it's 4-0 New York. If I can say nice things about the Yankees, we can say Tribe. Here's Jerry Coleman. Jerry at 314, no homers and 17 RBI. Don't know if Kurt is still in here or not, but the latest great teams from the past from Pine Tar Baseball has been released, and you can get a printed copy. Check out some of the fine Facebook groups for more details on where to get that. Jack Quinlan was the play-by-play man for the Cubs back then. Died in a car accident in the early 60s. Wow. That's right. You got to stay awake. Too hot to handle, as always. Pitch to Coleman is a fly ball, shallow. It's a pop-up, actually. Gordon will make the catch, and I do my best John Sterling impression. Hit is high! Hit is high! Hit is gone! There. Speaking of pitchers who can hit, my goodness, look at Eddie Lopez, 484 with 11 RBI. He's got 8 doubles and 1 triple. Okay, so email Kurt, and you can get details on where to get the latest from Pine Tar. There's no Bucky Walters. Okay. Pitch to Lopez is a ground ball to Gordon in front of the bag over to first, and that will be an out. So 2 away for Rizzuto. Phil singled and scored his first time up. Lemon, 31 pitches for his first 9, and hitting in 2/3, 3 hits. Was squeezed for the granny by Yogi Berra, a walk and no strikeouts. No problem. And yeah, Lemon could hit. He will actually hit second here in the 3rd. Rizzuto strikes out. He got him looking on a 3-2 change on the outside corner. No runs, no hits, no errors. And a new edition reference. Okay, we'll work that in there. After 2, it's New York 4, Cleveland nothing. So Lopez will face Jim Hegan, Bob Lemon, and Dale Mitchell, who will leave it all up to you. Hegan at 259, 3 homers and 19 RBI. Up the middle, that's a base hit. So it's the second hit for Cleveland. Mr. Lemon is hitting 250. 2 homers and 3 RBI. And as Elvis said a bit earlier, if I used him as a pinch hitter, I think I have. Why? 269, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 7 homers and 19 RBI. And correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. Played some outfield, didn't he? Pitch to Lemon is a drop bunt. Lopez throws it to first, Coleman covering, and that will be 1 out. So it worked. Hagan moves to second. Here's Dale Mitchell. He's 0 for 1. Lopez, his first 9 in a neat and tidy 20 pitches. 2 in a 3rd innings and 2 hits. Vince Lloyd, Matt says, had to talk to Boudreaux into staying in the radio booth after Quinlan died. Boudreaux was really distressed after his death. You know, it's such a small fraternity. We talk about the hobby being a small fraternity. But those who actually work in sports, regardless of the sport, they're all kind of close to each other. Yes, you get egos. Milo Hamilton comes to mind. But a lot of them were at least friendly with them. And when you spend time with someone, and by this point, the Cubs were doing home and away on radio. You spend 80 days a year with somebody. You get close to them. I mean, look at Gardner. Gardner and I, are friendly. No, that's not true at all. Gardner and I are very good friends, but you know how that goes. Pitch to Mitchell is a ground ball base hit left side. Hegan will hold at 3rd, and the Cleveland has runners on the corners, and 1 out for Ray Boone. No relation to Pat that I know of. And if Ray did love letters in the sand, that's between him and his wife. Pitch to Boone is popped up center field. Mapes goes over. Hegan will tag off at 3rd and try and score. Mapes will throw to the plate. Bear is there, but Hegan slid past him, and it's now 4-1 New York. Here's Keltner. He's 0 for 1. Mitchell on first. Maybe spending time with George Hendrick could soften you. As long as you bring the food, I think you'll be fine, Todd. Don't expect him to cook. Pitch to Keltner is a liner past Coleman. That's going to get for a base hit. Mitchell goes to 3rd. And the Indians have runners on the corners and 2 out for Doby, who's 0 for 1. 13 games as a center fielder. I'm assuming we're talking Lemon in 49. And a couple at third. Wow. Now that would be interesting because Larry is from Burlington, Vermont. Considering how much he rags on baseball, I'd die laughing if Dave was related to the longtime Red Sox great Larry Gardner. Yep, Milo's call of Hamilton's or of Aaron 715 is very good. Gowdy's was pretty good too. Doesn't get the credit for it. Pitch to Doby is a base hit left field. Mitchell will score. Keltner will try for third. Woodling will throw it back in. Brown gets on the tag, but not in time. So Keltner's in there. Doby on with a single. Runners on the corners, 2 out for Joe Gordon, who's 0 for 1. Oh, that was career games in the outfield. Okay. A reverse Babe Ruth, if you will. Gordon is 0 for 1. Popped up left field. Woodling banks the catch, and that will retire the side. The Indians get 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 4-2 New York. So Krahoski, Woodling, and Henrik to face Lemon here in the third. Dick is 0 for 1. Ground ball to Lemon. Over to first. 1 out. Brings up Gene Woodling, who singled and scored in the first. Bob. No relation to Liz that we know of. Pitch to Woodling. There's a slow roller to Keltner, and that's going to be an infield hit. Keltner knew better than to throw it, and so Woodling's on first. 4th hit for the Yankees. And they seem to be loading up on the future Yankee manager here. Henrik walked and scored. His first time up. Into right, but that's going to be foul. That's a souvenir for somebody in Staten Island. He seems to get a lot of souvenirs at Yankee games. I'm not sure why. Count is a ball and 2 strikes. To Tommy. Throw to first, Woodling back. Lemon, Bob, not Liz, had 8 pinch hitting chances in 1949 and no games in any other position that season. Pretty loaded team. You're not going to pull Doby for him. Pitch to Henrik is ball 4. He lost him. So the full count curve was just low, and that's the second walk for Lemon. Here's Yogi. Now his 28 RBI thanks to the granny he had in the first. Lemon deals. In the left this time. That'll stay in the yard. Mitchell will make the catch. Woodling will bluff. 2 out. For Bobby Brown. Yep, I've had those before. Todd B, another interesting rare play in action PC. 43-minute delay due to a disturbance in the stands. Exactly 43. Not 42 or 41. I had one in a Reds game I was doing for Dave Little. Or one of the tournaments I did for Dave Little. And got that disturbance in the stands thing. And attributed it to his unruly wrestlers from his Heartland Wrestling Tour disrupting the game. Bobby Brown is 0 for 1. In the right center field. Back goes Kennedy. That's off the wall. Woodling will score. Henrik will round third and score. Bobby's going for 3. And he's got himself a triple. Buckshot Kid, how are you? So it's 6-2 New York on the first triple of the year from Bobby Brown. And that indeed would be a new addition for his dance card. So here's Mapes. He's 0 for 1. Lemon has been squeezed this afternoon. 6 runs already. His ERA is now over 3. Got him. An 0-2 fastball looking to end the inning, but 2-run score on the triple by Brown. We go to the fourth. It's the Yankees 6, the Indians 2. So here are the standings. We have flip-flopped the Phillies and the Dodgers in the National League. I got it in there, Todd. I got it in there. You dared me. I got it in there. Cardinals and Giants are 3 back. The Braves are 3.5. They've won 8 of 10. Pittsburgh hanging tough. At 9.5 back. The Cubs are 17 back, and the Reds, well, they've won 4 on the road this year. In the American League, the Senators are still a half game up on the Yankees. Detroit 4 back. Cleveland 5.5. The Red Sox are 8 back. The A's are 9 back. And somehow St. Louis and Chicago, they're identical, 22 and 34. Lemon's last game in the field was in 1947. So he was a pitcher there. These are the Warren Giles teams. Best things Giles ever did for Cincy was accept the National League presidency. Not that Brad's still bitter or anything. Boudreaux singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. There's a ground ball to third. Brown across the way, 1 out. For Bob Kennedy, Bob is 0 for 1. 11 straight losing seasons from 45 to 55 for the Redlegs. Or Reds. So as Robinson's rookie year was 56 then, right? No money, no minors, no innovation. Nada. And yes, it took, okay, I gotta do this in my Vinny voice. It took every little step for Bobby Brown to make it to third. Pitch to Kennedy is a line drive to Brown. 2 out. Like Giles' son Bill, Warren was just a long-time member of the Good Old Boys Club. Here's Hegan. He's 1 for 1. He singled and scored. 2 out, top the 4th, 6-2 New York. To short, Rizzuto over to first, and that will retire the side. Indians go in order. And that's going to do it for Lemon. It's going to be Frank Papish in to pitch. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Frank looks eternally happy to be here. Making his 15th appearance of the year.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
And no one ever does. I don't know how that set off my thing, but it did. Pap, at 31 years old, a fastball pitcher, 85, and a standard pitcher. He last went against the Red Sox on the 14th. An inning and 2/3, 3 hits, a run it was earned, a walk, and a strikeout. Papish 0-1 with 3 saves and a 2.11 ERA. 21 in the 3rd innings, 22 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned. He's walked 14 and struck out 4. Bill Veeck lost a leg at some point. I'm not sure when. One of you will tell me. But Veeck, the master of innovation in baseball, had an ashtray built into his fake leg. That's true. Coleman is 0 for 1. Ground ball, base hit, left side. So that's the 6th hit. They play for the bunt. Low Pat Will here. He's 0 for 1. Here's a bunt. Hagen throws it to Gordon covering, and the sacrifice work. Coleman moves to second. The sacrifice works. Coleman moves to second, and it goes on the card 2-4. So 1 out for Rizzuto, who is 1 for 2. He has singled, struck out, and scored. Now, here's your obscure trivia question of the day. Phil Rizzuto was the first to do this on a legendary television show. Washington would be the story of a lifetime if they hang on. Oh, Vec lost his leg in World War II. Okay. How do they measure Eddie Lopez's fastball? He was original Junkman. I'm sure. I don't know. I know that for Bob Feller, they did the motorcycle test with him. Pitch to Scooter is a base hit into center field. Coleman will hold at third, and the runners are now on the corners. One out for Krohosky, who is 0 for 2. There's a ground ball to short. Boone should be 2. Gordon for 1 over to Boudreaux, and Krohosky is doubled off. So the run will not score. And the Yankees get a hit and don't strand anybody. After 4, 6-2. Rizzuto was the first ball player to tell the truth? No. But right genre and right era, but no. See what they do with Pappas, who's 0 for 2. On the replay and 1 for 8. Elvis has it. Phil Rizzuto was the first mystery guest on the long-running television show What's My Line way back in 1950. Good job, Matt. But yeah, to tell the truth would have been a good guess. Pappas will stay in the game. Line 1 to Rizzuto, 1 out. Who was the first team on What's My Line? Did they try to squeeze in as many of the Dodgers after the 55 World Series? Here's Mitchell. He's 1 for 2. 56 Reds. Okay. Mitchell 1 for 2. He singled and scored. Eddie threw 18 batters, 46 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits. Elvis remembers Ray Nitschke on after the 62 championship game in New York. I'm sure Bennett Cerf was thrilled. All those are on YouTube. Those are great watches, by the way. Frank Gifford was a mystery guest at one point in his career, and the female panelist just went swooning. Pitch to Mitchell is a fly ball to right. Henrik is there, 1 out. 2 out. Oh, somewhere on YouTube is a combo Duke Snyder and Sal Magley. Mystery guest episode. Okay. And yes, Mr. Ed was good at baseball. Absolutely. Here's Ray Boone. 0 for 2 with an RBI. Ball 4. Lopat lost him. They have Lopat here as an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. Whether that's accurate or not, it's just window dressing anyway. I've seen slower in this particular year. He disqualified himself because he knew it, I think. I don't think Gifford was on the panel that night. Oh, Bennett Cerf, yeah. It'd be pretty obvious. Of course, the Giants played right here at Yankee Stadium. Bennett was awesome. Pitch to Keltner. There's a base hit in the left field. And Boone goes to third. And if you ever hear any of this on a Fortnite stream, find your fainting couch appropriately. Here's Doby. Larry 1 for 2. Has singled and driven in a run. So Boone on third, Keltner on first as the Indians try to claw their way back. There's a line drive to Coleman, and that gets us to the commercial. No runs, a hit, no errors. Do they even know what fishing is? Halfway home on a Thursday afternoon in the rain in New York. It's 6-2, Yankees. I'm being told that you can fish in Fortnite. Okay. Here's how we got here if you joined us late. Yogi Berra with a grand slam in the first made it 4-0 New York. In the third, the Indians clawed 2 back. Ray Boone with a sac fly to make it 4-1. Then Larry Doby with an RBI single to make it 4-2. In the third inning, Bobby Brown tripled home 2 to make it 6-2 New York. So Bob Lemon was chased after 3. He was not lemon fresh. 5 hits, 6 runs all earned. And Lopez has allowed 6 hits through 5, 2 runs, and a walk. And Matt's thinking, watch the 61 NFL championship game on YouTube from what is now Lambeau Field, but was then City Stadium. All the seats were $10, and an extra seating gave the capacity over 40,000. First NFL championship game in Green Bay. Lindsey Nelson and Chris Schenkel on the call for that one, by the way. And it aired on NBC. Woodling is 2 for 2. He has singled and scored twice. Yeah, I would have thought those games in the 30s might have been at Green Bay. Pitch to Woodling is a ground ball base hit. Kennedy picks it up. 8th hit for the Yankees. No, I don't think this will sour the Indians on lemon. Not at all. Here's Hendrick. He has walked twice and scored twice. Throw to first, Woodling back. Hendrick sitting on a 10-game hitting streak, by the way. Snap throw to first, Woodling back. And the count is a ball and no strikes. And now we don't know what we're getting a no wait for, but we're going to plot ahead. Pitch to Hendrick, ball 4. So Papish lost him. A 3-0 count to Heinrich just off the ground. Oh, never mind. So it's about Green Bay. In the 30s, most championship games were hosted at major cities as neutral sites, kind of like today's Super Bowl in New York or Chicago, for example. The league was more interested in attendance numbers. Next week, we can talk about this on Digital Dice. Speaking of old football, we're going to be talking to Glenn Walker, who wrote a murder mystery, and part of it's based on the 1948 NFL season he played using Action PC. So we're taping that next week. Here's Yogi. Yogi 1 for 2 with a grand slam. Papish delivers, and there's a line drive to right. Kennedy's there, throws to second, and Woodling is back barely. Kennedy had that. We haven't taped it yet. But we're going to be doing that next week. This week we did, I should know I was doing it with Dave yesterday. Oh, modding cards and dice games is what we talked about. So, in Elvis's 61 replay, gross? What's gross? I haven't shown you any pictures of me. Kubek has a 25-game hitting streak, and Vada Pinson has a 30-game hitting streak in the same year. That's cool. So, Brown tripled his last time up. Oh, first into good. So doing the podcast with Gardner yesterday, Bradley. Woodling on second, Hendrick on first. Context. Yes, that's what she said. We're trying to get him to be on. There's some communications there. We got some good guests coming up. I can't tell you who we got coming on, but you're going to be quite happy with who we got coming up in the month of March. Pitch to Brown is a ground ball to Keltner on the grass. Bang banger to first, and Brown is safe. That's an infield single, and they're now loaded for Cliff Mapes, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Sharon is doing better, and Dave is doing better. So I'm the one With the cold, that won't go away. But yes, the gardeners, both Dave and Sharon, are doing much better. And they appreciate you asking about them. And so Sharon will be asleep sometime. Oh, well, I didn't come up with the line, so blame him. It's wool of the bat, not wing of bat. We're trying to do it as Witch Hazel. Pitch to Mapes is popped up. Boone's going to run into foul territory. Can he get there? No. Oh, he does. He reaches in and makes the catch. How about that? He found the Jeter seats, and there's 2 out. Actually, I thought he was doing it from the cartoon. Here's Coleman. Jerry is 1 for 2. I just need a shot of... see, the Drunken Donuts I would do. Fix you right up. I'm drinking tea. Bought a pound of organic hibiscus on Amazon for like $15. It's great. It's from Hamlet, okay. Wool of the bat is holly leaves. Well, I did not know that. Bases loaded for Coleman, and there's a ground ball to Boone. Ray flips it over to Gordon, and that will retire the side. They get the easy force, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Yanks leave 2 on after 5. It's 6-2 New York. You won't hear that in the fortnight stream. Did you get the email I sent you late last night? Here's Gordon. It'll be Boudreaux and Kennedy to follow. Joe is 0 for 2. 6-2 New York as we start the 6th. Got him. First strikeout. Gordon swings and misses. And then I'll bring up Boudreaux, who was 1 for 2 with a single. Eddie's pitch. Up the middle. Coleman. Snap throw to first for the out. 2 away. I made up the slides for that last night. Okay. Just hadn't responded, so I just wanted to make sure that you saw that and that was okay. I'll do that one a bit later. Bob Kennedy is 0 for 2. Bob draws a walk. Second walk given up by Eddie. The 3-0 missed upstairs for ball 4. Here's Hagen, 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. Oh, how's he doing? Sends his best. Lorenzo watching an Eve stream. That's called stream sniping for him, I bet. Still raining 7. Hegan, okay. He wasn't talking. Ah, you caught him. Ha ha. Still raining here in the Bronx. 76 degrees. A night game on a Friday night. 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing straight in from right. Well, I'm glad he's doing all right. I haven't seen him play anything on Steam. Pitch to Hegan is on the right field. Henrik will come in and make the catch, and that will retire the side. I got to sneeze again. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 6, 6-2 New York. Yet, but thank you. It just won't come. Here's Lopez. He's going to stay in the ball game, obviously. Bottom of the 6, he's 0 for 1. Look into the sun. Oh, I can look into my studio light. Brad's wife is in the other room, and she sneezed just now. It's the mere power of suggestion. I'll let you know when I yawn. Loud enough for you to hear. Pitch to Eddie is a fly ball to right. Kennedy is there, 1 out. So Papich, 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits and a walk. Don't look at the ABC banner, it might attack me. Brad started to yawn after the Bear grand slam. The Scooter, by the way, 2 for 3. He has singled twice, scored, and struck out. Aside from John Charles Daly, who hosted the entire run of What's My Line on CBS for 17 years, the only name that you would know if you've watched the clips on YouTube was Dorothy Kilgallen. Everyone else was ex-governor of New Jersey, a noted psychologist, and I don't know who the heck the other one was. Just goes to show just how much things change over a short period of time. Pitch to Rizzuto is ball 4. And by the way, they did guess Rizzuto. Yeah, Arlene wasn't there early on for the first one. Arlene was just a lovely human being. Dick Rohoski is 0 for 3. He is grounded into a double play. Throw to first, Rizzuto back. There's a ground ball to Gordon. Boone for 1 over to Boudreaux, and that will be 2. So Krohosky grounds into another double play. After 6, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's still the Yankees 6, the Indians 2. Steve Allen was on in the mid-50s before he got the Tonight Show. But he got his national start there. And he's the one that came up with, is it bigger than a bread box? Richard Pryor might have been on the daytime version of What's My Line, or the syndicated one. Yes, Day, D-A-L-E-Y, spelling out hosted Queen for a Day. Imagine trying to pull that crap off today. Soupy Sales, yes. Soupy Sales was a regular on the syndicated version, the 5-day-a-week. Papich is 0 for 1. And Johnny Berardino will hit. Johnny, 296, no homers and an RBI. Yeah, Soupy's from Detroit. Ground ball up the middle. Coleman steers it over to first for the out. 1 out. Pretty soap opera, yep. Dale Mitchell, 1 for 3. Lopez through 27 batters, 72 pitches, 6 1/3 innings. 6 hits, he's walked 2, both the runs are earned, and only fanned 1. Mitchell, 1 for 3, he is singled and scored. Oh, Berardino was in a soap? He's got the rugged good looks for it. What was he in? Pitch to Mitchell is a ground ball to first. Krohosky takes it the bag himself for the out. So 2 out for Ray Boone, who's 0 for 2. A walk and an RBI. Days of Our Lives, maybe? I don't know. I didn't realize we'd be discussing older television today. Days was one of the rare soaps that always taped in Los Angeles. Most of them got their start in New York. That was the one my mom watched. Pitch to Boone. Here's a ground ball to Coleman. Behind the mound, he has to hurry over to first. Stretch time, 6-2 New York. So Sam Zoldak will come in. Sam 1-1 with an ERA of 6.20. He's 30 years old. Fastball pitcher 84 and a standard pitcher. Sad Sam. Could tell with those eyes. I finished up my tea. Making his 60th appearance of the year. Last pitched against the Red Sox on the 15th. 2 innings, 3 hits. A run it was earned and a strikeout. No decision. Todd B. Cement driveway exists. How about that? 24 2/3 innings for Sam. 33 hits, 17 runs, all earned. He walked 11 and has struck out 4. And Woodling wants to hit off him, so we'll let him do it. He's 3 for 3 today with 2 runs scored and 3 singles. And Johnny Berardino was on General Hospital. Again, I think that was the lone ABC soap that always taped out in L.A. Pitch to Woodling is a base hit into right field. In fact, that's going to get all the way to the wall. And he's got his 9th double of the year. And as you can see, in big 17,000 point letters, that's his 4th hit today. Here's Henrik. He has walked 3 times on the ceiling, twice on the pipe, and scored twice. So Woodling on second, 10th hit for the Yankees. Into left field, Mitchell will move in for the out. 1 away for Yogi Berra. Yogi hit that grand slam in the first. Now is driven in 28 on a year. This time around, he sends it to left center. Back goes Doby. He'll make the catch. Woodling will go to third. The throw goes in the infield. 2 out for Bobby Brown. Did that reference just dawn? Yes. Yes, it did. It did just dawn on me. Here's Bobby Brown. He's 2 for 3. He is singled, tripled, driven in 2, and did not do a cover version of Candida. Just putting it out there. Pitch to Brown is a fly ball to right. Kennedy should track that one down. He does, and that will retire the side. The Yankees leave a runner on. After 7, it is still 6-2. Hey, Kurt, thanks for coming on. Good luck with the greatest team set, and email Kurt to if you're interested in having some cards shipped to you. Berardino played ball for USC before playing pro ball. Here's Kenny Keltner. It'll be Keltner, Doby, and Gordon here in the 8th. Kenny is 2 for 3. He is singled twice. In the center field, back goes Mapes, and that ball is well out of here. He knocked off the tee of the no betting sign in dead center field. That is a poke and a half here at Yankee Stadium. And that into the wind now at 26 miles an hour. So when we say Keltner got all of that one, oh baby, did he ever. All Mapes could do is turn and watch it go. Wowzers. So his 5th of the year makes it 6-3 New York. Here's Doby. Larry is 1 for 3. He is singled to driven in a run. Ground ball to Rizzuto. Backhands it to first, and Doby is out by an eyelash. Oh, that was close. But as usual, Phil Rizzuto is money. 461 to left center. At least 453. You can tell the monuments are in play. And the flagpole was in play. Brad would know, I would think. 457? It was deep. Tiger Stadium was at 440. Joe Gordon is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Pitch to Gordon is a ground ball to Coleman. Over to first. And that's the out. Ignore the home run lengths. They're garbage. That needs to be fixed. Anyway, but the solo shot there's 2 out. Never mind. Here's Boudreaux. He's 1 for 3. So that's a 7th hit for Cleveland. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they've left on 6. 6 homers, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and 6 left on for the Yankees. The game has it listed as 461. I don't usually have these on. So 301 down the left field line, 457 to left center, 461 to dead center, 344 to right center, and 296 down the right field line. So around that general area, I would think. Exit velocity, I'm sure it'll be an OTP exit velocity. So Boudreaux 1 for 3. And it's a ground ball to Rizzuto. Hard throw to first, and that will retire the side. Indians get a run on a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th at 6-3 New York. So Mapes, Coleman, and Lopez to face Zoldak here in the 8th. Pitch to Mapes is popped up behind the plate. Hegan takes off the mask and can't get it. And somehow he must have touched it because they're giving him an error. So the count is 1-2 to Mapes. And that's a base hit in the left center field. Boone got a late jump. Yep, this will be the first OOTP release from the new Korean company that runs it. And I'll be curious to see what changes are made, for sure. Here's Coleman. Jerry 1 for 3 with a single. 11th hit for the Yankees. Zoldak, that's a base hit in the right center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Mapes will hold at third. Coleman's on second. That's his 10th double of the year. I believe the Korean Major League's been in the last few versions anyway. Here's Lopez. He's 0 for 2. He's going to hit here. Nobody out. Remember, he's driven in 11 so far in the replay. Keltner and Boudreaux play for the squeeze. Pitch from Zoldak. There's a ground ball to Boudreaux. They'll hold the runner at third, and the tag is made. So 1 out for Rizzuto is 2 for 3. A single twice, walked, struck out, and scored. Pitch to Phil. Base hit left field. Mapes will score. Coleman will hold at third. And the Yankees go up 7-3. Tigers and Senators tomorrow at noon Eastern. Prohaski is 0 for 4, and he is grounded into 2 double plays. The Indians would love a third right now. Ball 4. So it's a walk. First walk allowed by Zoldak. Here's Woodling. Gene is 4 for 4. He has singled 3 times, doubled, and scored twice. Coleman on third, Rizzuto on second, Prohaski on first. Popped up. Dolby rides the Schwinn and makes the catch in very shallow center field. Coleman's going to run. The throw is cut off. And Rizzuto moves up 90, and Coleman will score to make it 8-3. Brad chimes in that straightaway center was 461 from 1937 to 1966. That's a long shot. That's over 150 yards. Could put a CFL field in there. Heinrich has walked 3 times. He's 0 for 1. 487 with Ruth played. Yep. What was it? Braves Field in Boston. It was 520 to dead center when it opened. Rizzuto on third. Prohaski on first. Pitch to Henrik. There's a little looper in for a base hit. Rizzuto scores. Prohaski moves over to third, and it's 9-3 New York. Kennedy, Hegan, and the pitcher spot for the Indians in a moment. Yogi Berra 1 for 4. He still had that grand slam in the first. This time around, it's a ground ball to Boudreaux. Takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. The Yankees, however, get 3 runs on 4 hits, and boy, does that error hurt. After 8, 9-3 New York. So Kennedy, Hegan, and pitcher spot. Kennedy is 0 for 2 with a walk. Lopez delivers Heinrich and Wright 1 out. So Hegan 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Up the middle, Coleman 2 out. So the Yankees, unless the impossible happens, which I guess wouldn't be impossible then, will move to 35 and 22. The Indians 28 and 27. Zoldak, if he does bat, was 3 for 8 on the real season. Al Rosen, 7 for 33. No homers and 2 RBI. Pitch to Rosen is a ground ball, base hit. No, Bracefield was over 500 too. So was Shibe Park. Zoldak sounds like a magician. Yes, the amazing Zoldak. Sad Sam. Dale Mitchell is 1 for 4. He has singled and scored. Pitch to Dale. Here's a liner in the right field. Lopez trying to get that 27th out. Still at 97 pitches. Here's Ray Boone. He's 0 for 3. A walk and an RBI. Bear goes out to chat with Eddie. Here's the pitch. Boone into left field. Woodling will have it hit the wall. Rosen will score. Mitchell scores. Boone's digging for third. The throw from Rizzuto to Brown. Not in time. Bracefield was 440 when it opened. That's still pretty big. So 9-5, Dolly, with 2 outs for Keltner. Casey just needs 1 more out. Kenny 3 for 4. Solo shot, 2 singles. Got him, and that's the ball game. He swings and misses at an 0-2 fastball, and the Yankees will win this one 9-5. So 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Yankees. 5 runs, 10 hits, an error for the Indians. Bob Lemon falls to 8-3 on the year. 3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, including the granny by Yogi Berra. Papish, 3 shutout innings. And Zoldak, all those runs in the 8th were unearned. Oof. Oof. Lopez goes the distance. He goes to 8-2 on the replay. 9 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs all earned. And the homer from Keltner. Yogi Berra is our MVP. Grand Slams will do that for you. And so, as we leave you on this Thursday, let's play the rest of the Friday in baseball, shall we? From June 17th, 1949, the White Sox beat the Red Sox 5-4. Judson with a win. Dobson with a loss. He goes to 7-5. Tipton is second of the year. 2 for 4, drives in 2. The Braves beat the Reds. Cincinnati walked 12 batters. Johnny Sane goes to 5-7. The Fox goes to 4-7. Bob Elliott is 13th of the year. He drives in 3 and goes 2 for 3. Mickey McDermott for the Red Sox went 7 innings. Oh, it's a doubleheader. Never mind. Won't read that one yet. Oh, they'd lose them both anyway. Who cares? Brooklyn loses to Chicago at Wrigley 7-5. Hacker is first win of the year. Don Newcomb goes to 4-3. Bruce Edwards is 8th of the year for the Dodgers with 2 RBI. Game 2, White Sox beat the Red Sox 2-1, so the move to Montreal is back on. White 4-5. Johnson goes to 0-7. In 10 innings, the Senators beat the Tigers 3-2. Haynes gets the win his way, 5-2, and Houdeman falls to 1-3. The Browns beat the A's 5-2 in Philly. Fannin goes to 2-5. Joe Coleman falls to 5-5, and Jack Graham hits his 14th of the year. He goes 3 for 3 with 3 RBI. Big one in St. Louis. Burkeen beats Robin Roberts 7-5. Harry goes to 8-3. Robin falls to 4-6. Richie Ashburn 4 for 5 with a double and a stolen base. And the Pirates behind Tiny Bottom beat the Giants 4-2. Clint Hartung with the loss. He goes to 2-8. Johnny Mize 2 for 3 with a double. So tomorrow it'll be the Tigers and the Senators right here at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on Retro Sports Network. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you the next time. So long, everybody.